What's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Jae Ellis 15. Welcome back to the channel, and we are here with NBA 2K18 MyGM. Now, I did do a poll on Twitter, so shout out to everybody who voted on that. I believe I had it between 4 teams. I was asking who you guys wanted to see me rebuild. It was between the Nets, the Magic, the Hawks, and the Pacers, I believe. And overwhelmingly, 61% of you said you wanted to see a Brooklyn Nets rebuild. So that's who we're going to go with. Trent O'Brien is the owner of the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't get too involved in the day-to-day running of the franchise. He's known to give his employees second and third and fourth chances. Rome was built in a day. To err is to human. All favorite mottos of his: if the team finds itself in the red, you can assume he's breathing down the GM's neck. He doesn't care what the media thinks or what the fans write in the comment section, and likes to concentrate on his team, staff, and players. That sounds like the kind of owner I want a GM for. So let's go ahead and get into it. Take a deep breath, Jay. We should have the MRI results back any second. My knee, I can't bend it. Something is not right here. I've never felt this level of pain. You just landed awkwardly. The knee is swelling as can be expected. We'll know more shortly. How can this happen to me? How can this happen tonight in the playoffs? I was feeling it, you know. What did I have? 30 points? You were up to 36. Don't worry about that right now. Just focus on your breathing. How am I supposed to focus on my breathing? I'm in pain right now. My knee hurts. What if Bradley, Jay, I just got the MRI results. Mind you, everything I'm about to say is early, but our initial diagnosis is a full tear of the anterior cruciate ligament and partial tears of the posterior cruciate ligament and the collateral cruciate ligament. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. I'm not a medical student. I don't care. What does that mean? My ACL is torn? I've never even heard of those other ligaments. Man, he blew his knee up. Jay, it is very unusual to suffer injuries to these ligaments in the same knee simultaneously. The collateral cruciate ligament in particular is generally only injured due to a direct blow to the inside of the knee, which pushes it sideways, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, James. We get the idea. Let's focus on making Jay comfortable. Yeah, make me comfortable. Stop talking all this scientific nonsense and using words that I've never heard of before and making it be like, oh my God, I don't know how you messed up your knee that bad. I've never seen this before. Anyway, what does that mean for my career? How long will it take before I'm back on the court? I don't think you ever going to get back on the court, son. Jay, I'm not one to sugarcoat. This isn't great. The good news is I've seen players come back from far worse than this. You've seen players come back from tearing 3 ligaments in the same knee at the same time? Brooklyn, New York. 6 years later. Mr. O'Brien, I've just arrived. A little traffic on the way here. I should be inside in a few minutes. Jay, I'm a man that likes to capitalize on every moment and make the most of it. Let's make the most of this moment. Okay, I just told you I'm here. Calm down. Of course, sir, I just want to go over the agenda for today. Of course, it's your first day on the job. There will be a host of meet and greets. You can imagine the number of people in the organization that want to meet the legendary Jae Ellis in person, right? Right. Simple enough. If only that were it. The hard part will be your introductory press conference with the media. We've scheduled a session at 2 p.m. to introduce you. The media around here aren't ones for pleasantries. They are going to come at you hard. They are going to ask pointed questions. How you respond to those questions will lay the foundation of what you can accomplish here. Mr. O'Brien, I can see Kenny and Russell about to head into the facility. Do you mind if I catch up with them real quick and introduce myself? Please call me Trent, and by all means, I'll see you in a few minutes. Man, there is a lot of dialogue not dialogue, but text in the beginning of this. Kenny, D'Angelo, wait up. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Jae Ellis, new GM of the team. Your team. My team. Whatever. Either way. Don't matter. Mr. Ellis, welcome. I was a huge fan of yours and your playing days. I can tell you how excited I am, or I can't tell you how excited I am that the team hired you. I really feel like having a GM that has, been in the league that has gone through what it's like for us players. It will be great for the organization. You will have the respect of the players. I can tell you that much. You better respect me, son. I'll cut you so fast. Thanks, D'Angelo. To be honest, I am a big fan of yours as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do together. Mr. Ellis, it's an honor. I've been asking Mr. O'Brien if you have given him any indication on if you plan on bringing in your own staff or if you like what we have going here. I don't like what you have going here, but I'm not really planning on bringing in my own staff either. We haven't really discussed staffing. We're starting to get to know each other phase, but let me tell you, I like you. I think you are a smart guy. I know you have the respect of the players in the locker room. Coach is definitely a player's coach. He wants to win. I want to win. That's what I'm here for. That's what we are all here for. Why they make D'Angelo Russell sound like he's dumb and can't talk? I'm looking forward to a big year. We have a great group of guys. I am as well. If you'll excuse me, I need to go to Mr. O'Brien's office. We have a lot to go over today. And don't brag about the group of guys you have too much, because I'm gonna be sending some of them away. Like I'm not even gonna pretend like that's not gonna happen. Trent, my apologies for being late. It's quite all right, Jay. Have a seat. Hey, did Viv offer you one of her world famous chai latte spice scones on the way in? They are out of this world. I must have. In fact, they have inspired me to build a app that lets you know in real time when you've added too much of an ingredient when preparing foods. It's next level stuff. We've got to work out some kinks, like how you're supposed to keep your phone pointed at your batter while you're actually adding ingredients, but I think it's going to be a game changer. I don't care about your startup, bro. I'm here to win basketball games and put a perennial championship team together. Not talking about Baker, buddy. What are you doing? So you said you saw Kenny and yeah, I saw him. Yeah, they're good guys. I got a chance to introduce myself, but we didn't have long to talk because I didn't want to keep you waiting long. You'll have plenty of time to get to know the team. I hope so. I hope you don't fire me soon. I hope I'll get a chance to know everybody. Jay, I would like to officially in person welcome you as the new general manager of the Nets. While I know you don't have a lot of experience as a general manager, I've been watching you a long time, first as a player, then as an assistant GM. I must say you are very impressive. Damn right I am. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I remember May 17, 2011 well. Sad day that was. You were playing in Dallas, had 30-something points, maybe through or midway through the third quarter. 36, sir. Get it right. Don't be spouting facts if you're not going to get them right. Right. As I was saying, you were dominating on both ends of the court. You showed strength and courage and tenacity and grace that night. To later find out it would be your last time on the court breaks my heart. I know how hard players work to not only just make it to the NBA, but to make it to the elite like you did. It took some time, but I've come to terms with my career. In truth, I was getting close to hanging it up anyhow. Now, I don't believe that for a second. What I do believe is that work ethic, the drive, the determination that made you the player you were, are the exact personality traits that are going to make you a GM, whatever. You don't lose. I don't lose. The fans here, they are hungry for success. The media, they are hungry for success. Every Nets fan wants to read one of their columns about how great the team is. When the wins stop coming, the media start looking for cracks they can exploit for stories or clicks, whatever it is they strive for. Expectation. As an athlete, it's a term I have come to understand very clearly. Let's see, it's 1:50. Jay, in about 10 minutes, you will need to perform your first act as GM, your introductory press conference. This won't be a not one, not two type of event. The media here are tough. They are hard hitters, and they are going to ask you questions that are going to make you uncomfortable. Can you handle discomfort? I blew up my knee, man. I think I can handle discomfort. Good. My advice, don't lie, be honest, be open. Feel free to tell them what is on your mind, but protect the organization at all times. If you go out there and blow rainbows out of your ears, they will eat you alive. Blow rainbows out of my ears? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Blow rainbows out of my ears? Jay, welcome. You touched on this a bit in your opening remarks, but I'm wondering if you could, tell us more about your vision for the team. What are your goals for this season and moving forward? Oh, I absolutely can, reporter man. I will tell you exactly what I'm thinking. Well, I know not everyone will see it this way, but I'm looking at this as a situation where we have to strip down the roster, par it out to a core number of guys, then build it back up from scratch, basically. This can be a hard thing to hear if you're a fan, a player, an owner, anyone who cares about the well-being of the team, really. But I'm convinced it's the right move. As you know, we're going to go about this thing the right way. We have a very specific plan for how we want to do it. First, we've got to do a great job with the draft. You can't swing and miss there if you're trying to build from the ground up. Then, we've got to be smart in free agency. Are we going to go after one of the premier guys? Or are we going to add a few nice rotation pieces? That all depends, but we have to be smart and maintain our flexibility. I'm not going to make a move just to make a move. The biggest thing for me right now is we've got to make sure we get the right kind of guys for what we're trying to do. When you watch this team play, no matter what system we use or anything like that, I want you to be able to say that is Nets basketball. Word. Jay, any thoughts on your head coach? Will you be looking to bring in your own people, or are you happy with Coach Atkinson's and his staff? Why are you trying to cause problems between me and my coach already? I have a ton of confidence in Kenny. He's great with the players, he's great with the media, and he's one of the smartest basketball minds I've met. He's going to do a great job for us this year. He better, because his job depends on it. All right, here we are. Finally. All the reading is done. Taking a look at our roster. Of course, we got D'Angelo Russell. He's 21 years old and 80 overall. He is our only player who is an 80 or higher, which it's going to be a rough season. It's going to be a really rough season. Of course, Jeremy Lin, he's 29. He's a 78 overall. Trevor Booker is 29. He's a 76 overall. Chris Levert's 23. He's a 76 overall. Alan Crabb coming over from Portland. He's 25. He's a 75 overall. Damari Carroll is 31. He's a 75 overall. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson is 22. He's a 75 overall. Timothy Mozgov is 31. 74 overall. And now we're just getting down to the garbage players. Sean Kilpatrick is a 74 overall. He's 27. Isaiah Whitehead's 22. He's a 73 overall. And then, of course, we got Spencer Dinwiddie, who is 24. He is also a 73 overall, but he's a 6'6", 200-pound point guard, which is advantageous. Tyler Zeller is 27. He's a 73 overall. Joe Harris is 26. He's a 72 overall, but he is a three-point specialist. We could definitely use that on this team. And then Jarrett Allen is 19 years old. He's a 72 overall. This is a kid that we're really looking to have big things for us in the future. And then Quincy Acey, 27, and he is a 72 overall as well. So, pretty bad team. Really don't think we're going to be making the playoffs this year unless we make some crazy moves. All right, so I'm going to be real with you guys. There's two things that we're going to do right off the bat. And those two things are, two things. We're going to add D'Angelo Russell to the Untouchables. We might even actually add Levert to the no, that's fine. I was thinking about Levert, maybe Crab, but if we get a good trade offer for those guys, I think I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to entertain the thought. Okay, so I used Trade Finder to try to find a trade for Timothy Mozgov and Damari Carroll. They're both 31. They're getting a little older. I want to go younger, and they both have pretty big contracts that I really don't want to have to pay. Unfortunately, we couldn't find anything for those guys, so now we're looking at Quincy Acey. The guy is in our reserves. He's not going to play anyway, so we might as well see if anybody is interested in him. And this trade was extremely interesting. The Los Angeles Lakers are offering us Zubac, who is a 75 overall. He's 7'1", 240 pounds, and he's only 20 years old. As you can see, shot close is a 91. He has a pretty decent mid-range as long as he's not being guarded. His free throw is a little low, but he is a big man. As you can see, standing dunks, standing layups are all pretty good for a guy as young as he is. Post hook 70. That's pretty good. Offensive consistency is 70, which is pretty good. Offensive rebounding is a 68, so that's not great. Defensive rebound is an 80. Box out is an 82. So the kid could definitely stand to get stronger, but, I mean, you see the block is an 82. Shot contest is a 65, which is weird. Like, why would your block be 82 and your shot contest is 65? His hustle's a 90, though. So for a big man, that's pretty good. Lateral quickness and speed obviously are terrible. His vertical's pretty decent for a big man. His strength, definitely needs to get his strength up. Intangibles are a 95. His potential is a 77, and his overall durability is an 80. So we are definitely going to pull this trigger on a trade. They want, or on this trade, they want Quincy Acy and a second round pick in 2021. That's fine. I'm good with that because we can make that up in another trade. I did take a look at some of the other stuff that's like available, but at the end of the day, that trade was like, it was too good to pass up. So we're going to go ahead and take that one. All right, so now we're in the conference room and we are going to do something that I know all of you are going to jump down my throat and be like, Jay, what are you doing? Why? And that is, we are going to sit down with Thomas Robinson and we're going to see if we can negotiate a contract. Now, I know he's already played for the Nets. They did not bring him back. They were like, you can go, just like every other team that has ever signed Robinson or traded for Robinson or whatever. But we are going to bring Robinson into Brooklyn. Why? Because he's young, he's athletic, and maybe not in real life, but in NBA 2K, he is quite possibly the best offensive and defensive rebounder in the game. That's not like Shaq or DeMarcus Cousins or Anthony Davis. So anyway, he said that he wanted $2.13 million for 1 year. I'm not going to pay him $2.13 million because we only have $242 about in cap space. I'm not going to pay him that much. I will pay him $1.85 million though. I feel like that is a fair offer. And of course he's going to accept it because why wouldn't he? Where else does he have to play? So we signed Thomas Robinson, 85 morale. So of course we're going to sit down with the assistant GM and he's going to be like, yo, you just made a roster move. What do you want to do? Let's just have coach handle it. I'm not worried about the lineup right now. So let's have coach deal with that. No problem. He'll take care of it. We gain some trust from the coach and some morale from the players. So that's good. All right, so I did one more thing that I did do that I did not show you. I did put I did go ahead and leave Mozgov and Carroll on the trade block. We'll see if anything gets offered to us later on in the year before the deadline. That sounds interesting. Anyway, man, that's it for me. Be sure to tune in for the next video when we actually will get into some gameplay and we can actually see this new, not semi-new look Brooklyn Nets take it to the hardwood. But if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. If you're excited to see this series, do me a favor. Slap that like button. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. Be sure to turn on notifications so you can be kept up to date on whenever I post a new video. I'm out for now, but I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.